audio, so let's shoot some video, dude. Potty talk.
Pie talk. Here
Grit-
we are, guys.
Gritty fish. Back again. Jackson tells me that that's a Yeezy shoe.
Easy 350s, guys. And you might be wondering why we started the episode with a pair of Yeezys. It's kind of random. We obviously established last episode that I like shoes. But in the hype culture, in really just in life in general, yesterday, Kanye left Adidas. Some might say,
Kanye left Adidas, Jackson likes to say.
Some might say that Adidas left him, but I'd like to think that he's expanding his creative boundaries and leaving them. He's going to be fluid with his designs. It's going to be awesome.
There it is. Okay,
I'm
so
excited.
I had to push back and ask Jackson, Kanye left Adidas, didn't he? He didn't get kicked out by multiple organizations who were like, nah, we don't want to hear this. We're not going to co-sign this nonsense, as you might call it. So you're a Kanye fan, I take it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you like his music? Do you like all of the above? His fashion?
All of the above.
Okay. So you're into the Kanye,
Hype.
I don't know, hype. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you said hype culture, is that also hype beast culture?
Yep.
Okay. Little extra.
One might throw me in that category.
Little extra hype beast, if you
Yeah.
will. Okay. So yeah, man, Kanye's a fascinating conundrum. Individual, and just like riddle for society, I think, because he's been popping off since basically I was in junior high, was college dropout. And so he was the soundtrack for me through junior high and high school. And I can't deny that some of his music is some of the best music I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Great melodies, great hooks. He also, I think, has some absolute turds for songs and albums. I don't really like his stuff lately. But I think his college trilogy, College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, those are great. 808s and Heartbreak is great. But yeah, he went from a music producer to a rapper to a multimedia mogul.
Billionaire.
Yeah, I guess he was a billionaire, but maybe not now
Not
with
now.
the Adidas.
Yeah, he's waking up and seeing those checks go down. He's like, ooh, the bands aren't stacking up.
He took a tumble.
He
But yeah,
lost a bag or two.
So Jackson, I think this Kanye, nugget for us is a nice access point into something I want to explore with the gritty fish, potty talk, old greens, whatever we're calling this thing, with social, the social aspect of who we are and how celebrity culture and learning lessons from these people can help us interact or remind us of what not to do. But yeah,
That's
I don't know.
when we pop off.
That's when we pop off, I suppose. But why? I imagine if you did some of the things that Kanye West was doing, your family would be giving you an earful, right?
Like what? Leaving them.
They would just be like, "Hey, you can't behave this way. You gotta represent our family and our name better."
He does some spicy things.
He does some spicy things, and you could be a pretty bold guy and make some spicy moves, but I think Kanye sometimes borders on disrespect, and not even sometimes. I think a lot of time lately, he is trying to get a rise, and he's trying to prod people, and I hope he's okay, because it seems like he does have some kind of mental illness or mental imbalance or some kind of hormonal imbalance. So I hope the dude's okay.
You don't think the elevator reaches the top?
I don't know. He is, again, in certain ways, a genius. Musically, he has put out some genius, ideas. But yeah, in certain ways, he's also, I think, overestimates his intelligence in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
But again, individually,
he's got his own different world vision. There's a couple different lanes. He's in his own lane. He's just over here, just he's going against the grain in his own lane.
Against the grain in his own lane. Kanye, I think you can maybe have that little hook
if you want.
If you want, on your next rap gospel album.
Yeah, and he likes boring looking albums, so he can just do a wood grain.
Wow, or maybe a single stalk of wheat.
Yeah, that'd be kind of tight.
Could be. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Actually, going just real quick little blurb on that. social twist. Midnight, Taylor Swift's new album dropped the other night. On my second time listening to it already. Fire. Absolute one of the best albums.
Okay, it's good.
Year. Oh,
okay, interesting. I was wondering how I could avoid it. And somebody suggested I could just ignore it.
Ooh.
And it probably wouldn't even affect me much. But here, Poddy Talk brought it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson's on his second listen. Apparently, I got to give a listen. And actually, now that we're talking about this, that is a fascinating idea that I wanted to bring up with you. And it plays right into the social. The young lady I was talking to about Taylor Swift, she and I recently parted ways. Out of
Arbuckle?
No, not her. But yeah, my recent girlfriend and I, we split up.
No.
Yeah, it's sad times. I'm bummed about it.
So you guys did have that talk then.
Yeah, we've been having some pretty tough conversations over the course of the past few weeks, months. And it seems like we just had two different visions, like for what life is or what our lives, would be, what we want them to be. But yeah, we've been dating on and off again for the past few years.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah,
this
so
is a minute.
This is a minute, and this recent go around, this spring and summer and fall, we thought, this is us giving it a legitimate shot, not being stupid young kids.
One last hurrah.
Not right. Yeah, exactly. Like let's go all in. We went all in. I don't regret that we tried it again. It was a beautiful time we had, but it's a bummer that like ultimately it's like now we want two different things, and like we got to continue growing in those ways.
You're spreading your wings.
Spreading wings. Yeah, man. And actually, part of our rift was like the idea of having children, because I'm not sure I want children. She's much more convinced that she does. So it's like, well, I'm open to the possibility in the future, but if it's not something I can see in the next 3, 5, maybe 10 years, like that's like her time to have kids.
Yeah.
So like I had to be respectful of that. But how about you? Are you interested in having kids?
I would like to have them someday.
Okay. But you're young.
Yeah.
You're so young.
I also need a girlfriend for that too first.
Well, yeah. I mean, you need partners probably.
Ideally, I would like I think it'd be really cool to have a boy and a girl so they can, like the same age, they can screw around, like just run around the house and play.
Okay.
And, look out for each other. But I think it'd be really a fun dynamic.
Yeah.
I think it'd be challenging, but it would be cool.
Yeah. Okay, so you're up for like the family vision,
the American dream,
and the challenge and the American dream of that. Okay, so beautiful.
Yeah, I'll go to my 9-to-5 job, come home and be like, hey kids.
Hey kids, love you.
Want to play some catch with the old pigskin or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think that'd be tight.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, again, I think earlier we were talking about men like being in their prime or not.
Yeah.
And like, we got decades to be dads.
Yeah.
So, like, unfortunately, it's like the biological reality that, like, women don't always have decades, to be mothers. So
we can always adopt.
You're right. There's other options. There's adoption. There's fostering, and I fully support all of that. People need to take care of each other. I think that's like my core value of like social. So far as like the social aspect of being a human is like, I think we talked about it in episode 1. Like we gotta take care of each other. We gotta dignify and uplift each other.
Yeah, don't bring each other down. Bring each other up.
Bring each other up. And and like having a family is a really interesting like concept to that because like your family is like your built-in support system.
Yeah, and you're growing the future basically.
You're growing the future,
you're incubating.
Yeah, it's an act of hope.
Yeah.
You're hopeful that like the future won't be worse, and you're bringing something into the world to like carry on tradition forward, but also like meet the future as it approaches us. And it's like we are going to continue this.
And you train them right.
You train them, you develop them, you raise them. Nurture, dude, that's huge.
Also, I've been seeing a lot of younger folks, like my age and stuff, starting out with just dogs. The young couples will just start out with a dog.
Yeah.
The good old Labrador Retriever. Start out with that, post on Instagram a bunch of times, and then a couple years after that, then I'll be like, we need some kids. It's
about time to expand the family. Yeah, I have realized a lot of my friends have done that, going through the late 20s, mid-late 20s, early 30s. you know, the dog is the training wheels of
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like can we take care of this dog? Like, and let's get married, and the dog's part of the marriage, and
Right.
then we have babies in a few years. It's been fascinating to see several of my friends kind of have that template.
3 hours.